the shutdown itself, it's almost like blacking out. But you're just sitting completely still, and you're not saying anything. You're not really responding to anything.
You're like a computer that's been booted down.
Right. You literally just shut down. And you activate again once you feel safe again. But that's much more likely for females than males. Males are a little bit more extroverted when they're upset. So you'll see more external stimming, like hitting their head or rocking back and forth.
Crying. Things.
What else happens during
Screaming.
Yeah.
I scream sometimes.
Yeah. So it's just a lot more vocal. And nobody is really sure why that is, but it is a trend that men are more likely to have extroverted meltdowns, which is why a lot of males with autism growing up have more discipline issues, because it seems like absolutely nothing just set them off and suddenly they're yelling and crying and screaming and causing a distraction.
I see. So, what is stimming then?
Stimming is love. Stimming is life. Okay, so basically a lot of times, like a stimming is like a nervous tick. Like me, like I pick my cuticles real bad. Like they'll start bleeding.
Very, very bad.
Sometimes, like Elizabeth's, whenever she stims, a lot of times it's like a stress. Stimming is like a stress reducer.
Like a pressure valve.
Yeah. A lot of times she'll just rub her earlobe until it's raw.
The other day I rubbed it till it bled.
Don't a lot of people have a lot of people do things like they'll twist their hair,
right?
Or,
yeah, a lot of people do.
Scratch. How is this different?
So many people do stimming. It's not just an autistic thing, but it's something to look at in conjunction with other symptoms. And sometimes it's a little bit more obvious. For example, neurotypical people, they might twirl their hair or they might bite their nails. But what the biggest thing is it's usually a repetitive motion. So it's usually like rocking back and forth or something that's not seen as socially acceptable. Hal sometimes will drum on his chest, and people, luckily for him, people just kind of take into account that he's a band director. So it's like he's just drumming because he's musical, but it's also a way of stimming. Stimming is typically repetitive, so you do it over and over and over again. One way of actually vocally stimming is echolalia, and I actually have a lot more issues with that than I thought I did. Where if a word, okay,
what is that?
So echolalia, an echo repeats itself, right? So with echolalia, what happens is if I find a word that I like, or if
she
someone
will say
says
it
yes,
over and over and over again.
If, for example, if it's the word yes, I'll just yes, 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 and it drives Hal nuts, and I just, it's just something that I get caught in a rut with, and I can't get away from it. But sometimes it helps me in social situations, even if it's just internally repeating one word over and over and over. And it's called echolalia. So sometimes it's a stim, sometimes it's just something that you get stuck in if you're autistic.
So I'm going to take a moment here to talk about this really cool company called Stimtastic that you guys were telling me about. It's stimtastic.co,
Yes.
not .com. Must be some sort of new, way
New
to.
age crap.
There's .org. Yeah. So they are wonderful. They were good enough to get me a code this week for a giveaway.
Oh, that's awesome.
I was wondering if you guys use Stimtastic, correct?
I haven't purchased anything from them yet, but I plan to.
Soon.
I just haven't gotten a chance to, but I know a lot of people who do, and they love.
Well, you will now, because I have a code for you and a code for Hal.
Yay! Thank you.
that I'm gonna
That's
send
great.
you.
Thank you so much.
But they have great prices and really cool stuff, and hell, I
Yeah,
might get
it's-
some. I don't know.
I mean, the spinner rings are really good for people who fidget. It's really good for people with anything from autism to ADHD to just regular neurotypical people who like to fidget. So,
Can I interrupt here? There's another
Yeah.
question from the stream, and I'm just going to periodically throw these to you. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Does autism affect your
I
sex
am not
life?
mature enough to answer this.
Yes, it does. In a lot of ways.
Wow, Texas, you came in at just the right time.
It's like, oh yeah.
I will say from an objective standpoint, it can affect a lot of people due to the different textures and just sensory inputs. Not that. So, some people are very negatively affected by it, and I'm lucky enough to not be negatively affected.
Oh,
I
Rule,
don't
you're the
think
one that's
there's a
always
need
about
for
the
any
casting
detail.
couch.
So, but yeah, some people it really affects negatively. Some people it affects positively because if they're sensitive to touch and they like the way
Don't do
someone's
it.
skin feels, they can just, hey, you're my new STEM toy, so I'm just gonna rub your arm until it's raw.
Or something else until it's raw.
I was trying to be appropriate here.
I wasn't.
Oh, damn. But that's a great question,
It really
though,
is.
because, yeah, we're all adults
and
here.
a lot of
and-
people think that people with disabilities or disorders don't have sex lives, and that's not true either. So I think it actually is a good question, and there are no dumb questions. So.
Now, this would probably be a great time to do a giveaway.
What are you doing? Stop it.
Right there.
Fun fact, actually, people
Oh.
with autism actually experience pain differently too.
Yeah. So you actually, fun fact, you'll get a lot more people with autism in like the BDSM community because of the sensory issues, interpreting different sensory inputs differently. So fun fact.
Like I have a
Oh, that's
Yeah.
interesting.
just for like the way like pain receives. Like I have a friend of mine whose son is autistic, and like he's a very like conservative father. So like whenever he like his kid's bad, he spanks his kid. Like he just laughs at him. He's like, and dude, I'm tearing this kid raw, and he just like laughs at me. So it's just like we experience pain
Yeah,
differently.
you can have heightened or depressed sensitivities. So, again, going back to the sensory issues, you can feel hot and cold differently.
Hot showers are love.
Yeah, so you might really, really like super hot showers, and as a child, you have to be careful, or a parent of someone who's autistic, you sometimes have to be careful that they're not liable to injure or burn themselves because that sensory input's just not being translated the same way.
Interesting. Let's take just a moment and give you guys a break. Maybe you want to grab some water, and we'll do a giveaway with all the people in the stream. Guys, let's see here. Shall we do a number giveaway, or do you guys have any thoughts?
I have no idea.
All right, we're going to do a $10 PSN code this time. Oh, that's true,
Yeah,
Rule. Yes, it
exactly.
is. Hot, cold.
People
All
get
right.
in the shower behind
Well,
me
do
and
you
they're like,
wanna-
"Oh my gosh, how do you do it?" I'm just like, "Get good."
People get in the shower behind you?
Well, like when I lived with my parents growing up.
Oh, because
like,
it was set to all the way
yeah,
hot.
like my dad
Oh,
would get in,
okay.
like shower like after I did like the next day, and he's like, "Yo, oh my gosh!" I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Why do you do that so hot?" I'm like, "It feels nice." Like I don't think about it.
Yeah. Primal's already throwing numbers out there. Don't do that yet, Primal. You're gonna have to change it because I gotta give Rule the number real quick. Hold on.
Aren't you giving Rule your number?
Stop it. Bad Hal.
Don't think he wants it. All right, Rule, I'm going to send you a number right now, and we'll pick a number between 1 and 25. Everybody in the stream, see who gets this $10 PSN code. Primal, give us another guess. Who couldn't
That
use
was
a
very,
PSN
very
code?
Cool. That's cheating. Oh, maybe that wasn't an answer. Maybe that was guidelines. No, he was
No,
just
he
being, yeah.
can't. He sadly can't play. You know what? I could roll the dice and Well, why don't you play? You want to play? Yeah. I'm gonna let you collect those and then tell me who the lucky winner is. And we'll take an announcement there. And I think what we'll move on to next, you guys, is this thing called spoons. And let's talk about coping and different
There is no coping.
ways
There's
that you
only
guys
pain.
cope.
That's not true.
Oh my god.
Not true.
Alright, you all done guessing?
No.
You know, actually, Rule,
No, it doesn't.
it kind of makes me like that because,
Makes you a lot of fun.
well, I mean, like, I know a lot of stuff. So, like, for me, whenever you say, no, bad touch. Like,
What?
whenever, like, you say things, oftentimes, like, it's like AOL keyword, and it's just like going through a Google search. So if you were to type in, like, give me a random word, Elizabeth.
Car.
Okay, Cars by Pixar. Car, like the vehicles you drive. 1967 Chevelle Supersport. Chevelle, the band. 1998, their first album. Wonder what's next. You know, like, it just kind of escalates in all these Google search trains.
No. Ow.
Alright, Rule, do we have a winner?
Sorry.
Ow. Alright. I just want to take another moment here to thank stimtastic.co. They're really nice people over there. You can also get to them through Amazon, by the way. I'm not sure
Yes,
how
they
the
have
shipping
Prime
works on
shipping.
that.
Prime is
So,
love. Prime is love.
If you have Amazon Prime and you get something from Stimtastic, it's free 2-day shipping.
Oh, congratulations, Primal Gaming won. We're going to have another couple of giveaways, so stick around, everyone. One is a pair of Control Freaks, and
I mean, we're a pair of control freaks.
we will do some more
Part of the
giveaways.
giveaway.
And we'll make Hal part of that giveaway. Thank you, Hal. And Primal, are you following us on Twitter? It's at TGBG Clan. I can DM you your code. Alright, let's move on, guys, to coping mechanisms. And Liz, would you mind starting out with
Okay,
spoons?
so the concept of spoons
Is
is...
they hold things and they can put food
She
into
said
them.
Liz. So, the concept of spoons is, for example, someone who's neurotypical basically has an infinite number of spoons. They can just have as many spoons as they want. And someone with any sort of disability, really, but in this case with autism, has a finite number of spoons. And every activity you do costs you a certain amount of spoons. So something social, like going to a party or a concert, might cost you 6 out of your 10 spoons. So now you only have 4 spoons left to work or to shop for groceries or have a phone conversation, make an appointment, something like that. And when those spoons are used up, you're basically useless until the next day.
Or until you can recharge.
Right, or until you can recharge.